What's going on, guys? This is Ken. Today I will be doing my full review of the Sony Xperia ZL. This is a flagship Sony high-end smartphone which was released a few months ago. So today I will be doing my full review of the phone, which I will cover the software, hardware, design, and a lot more. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. First, let's take a look at the design or the hardware of the phone. I guess we can say that the Sony Xperia ZL is a brother to the Sony Xperia Z. They both share very similar internal specs. The only main difference is that the Sony Xperia Z is entirely made out of glass and is waterproof. The Sony Xperia ZL has a rubberized grip finish on the back and feels really nice and, of course, looks quite nice. It is not waterproof, so don't throw your Xperia ZL into the water. You can easily open the flap to access your micro SD card and your micro SIM card slot. On the back you will find a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash and the microphone. I will show you some photos and video samples near the end of the video, so stay tuned. On all four sides of the phone you will find a chrome bezel, but on the right side of the phone you will find the power button right in the middle, the camera shutter button on the side, and of course the volume switches. On top there is a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left side you will find the micro USB port for charging, and of course on the front you will find the Sony logo. The front-facing camera is placed at a pretty odd location. It's on the bottom right side. Sony claims that when you do video chats, you tend to look at the bottom part of the screen, so they place the front-facing camera on the bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the specs of the phone. It has 2GB of RAM, 16GB of internal storage, and of course can go up to 64GB with your micro SD card. Some of the features include it's running on Android 4.1.2 Jelly Bean. It has a Qualcomm MDM9215M quad-core 1.5 GHz Crate processor. As for the battery, you will get a 2370 mAh battery. From my experience, from a full battery charge in the morning, I could easily use it for an entire day. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the display quality of the phone. So this does have a 1080p HD screen, 1920 by 1080, 5 inches, 441 pixels per inch. And I have to say that the screen resolution is really nice. Since the pixel density is so high, the screen shows a lot of details and overall has a really crisp image. So here we're taking a look at some HD photos on the phone. As you can see, the screen resolution is really good. Even when I zoom all the way in, I can still see the picture very clearly. The color saturation is fairly good. Maybe it's because I previously used the Nokia Lumia 920, which had excellent color saturation and color contrast. So I think that the Sony Xperia ZL could have some better color contrast or saturation. Something that I did not really like about the phone was its viewing angle. So if you look at the phone from another angle, you can see the colors getting washed out and just getting brighter and brighter and a lot of white colors. So the viewing angle of the screen is a pretty big flaw of the phone. Now let's take a look at the software on the Sony Xperia ZL. This is running on Android Jelly Bean 4.1.2 and you can upgrade it to 4.2.2. It's very fluid and smooth. Of course, it's running on a custom skin, a Sony skin. You can add different themes, which changes the color of the wallpaper, and it has a pretty nice, cool looking lock screen. So just like all the Android phones out there, it's really customizable, and this is what I like about Android. It does have a lot of Sony applications implemented into the phone. For example, Sony Car, Walkman Music app. It even has an FM radio application, which is pretty useful for me because I listen to a lot of radio on the road. So on the notification center bar, it has some toggles. You can change your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a lot of other settings, so you don't have to go all the way to settings and change it there. Overall, I really enjoy using Android 4.2.1. Of course, if you want to have stock Android, you can always download Nova Launcher or Nova Launcher Prime to get the stock Android Jelly Bean launcher on your non-Nexus devices. You can download a lot of applications inside the Google Play Store. This phone does pack a really high-end graphics card, so you can expect to play some really high quality, really intense graphic games on your Sony Xperia ZL. So here I'm doing a Antutu benchmark test. and let's check out what the score is. So after a few minutes of running the test, the score came out to be 20,307. As you can see, the CPU and GPU scored pretty high, and of course it's on par with a lot of other high-end smartphones out in the market right now. This phone gives you some more in-depth customizations if you go into settings. So let's go to settings. In here you can change things such as your screen white balance. You can go into your battery settings and enable different modes to help you save your battery life. Now let's go ahead and check out the camera on the Sony Xperia ZL. As I said before, this does have a 13 megapixel camera, and inside the camera you can choose between a lot of different modes. I usually shoot in Superior Auto, which basically sets everything in automatic. You can easily take a really good looking shot without tweaking around. You can also add a few camera effects into your lens. To be exact, you can add 9 different camera effects. Of course, this allows you to record videos. You can record 1080p HD videos, 30 frames per second. Something that I don't see in many other phones is that you can take high dynamic range pictures and film HDR videos. So here are some pictures that I took with the Sony Xperia ZL. So this concludes my full review of the Sony Xperia ZL. If you enjoyed the video, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're looking for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for future videos. Thanks a lot for watching this video once again, and I will see you guys in my next video.